और आज हम बात करने वाले हैं पंजाब गुड गवर्नेंस फेलोशिप के बारे में। सो गाइज कुछ दिन पहले ही हमने एक वीडियो डाला था। पंजाब गुड गवर्नेंस के एप्लीकेशंस आउट हो चुके हैं एंड इसके लिए कैसे अप्लाई किया जाना है। पर बहुत सारे लोग बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टेड है इस फेलोशिप में एंड उनके बहुत सारे डाउट्स भी हैं रिगार्डिंग द एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस एंड कैसे रहेगा थ्रू ऑफ द जर्नी ऑफ पंजाब गुड गवर्नेंस फेलो। सो वी हैव अ गेस्ट हियर, मिस्टर नवल अग्रवाल, जो कि करेंटली गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पंजाब के साथ वर्क कर रहे हैं एज अ चीफ गवर्नेंस ऑफिसर और इस प्रोग्राम को हेड कर रहे हैं। सो आई वेलकम यू नवल।
Thank you so much, Saraswati.
So, Naval, firstly, we wanted to know about you more. Actually, our aspirants also wanted to know about you more, and then we'll start with our discussion.
Sure, sure. I'll just share that. So I come from a place called Pathalgaon, that is a remote place in Chhattisgarh. I did my graduation and masters and in an integrated course from IIT Kharagpur that was in chemical engineering. I was always
Okay.
interested in moving to the public policy, governance, development sector broadly. Today, it has so many different opportunities, but back then, some 10 years back, it was not formalized yet. Still, I was always interested, and that's how I moved to it. I also did a lot of my internships and projects in this domain, so that got me interested, and I did 1 year Young India Fellowship from 2014 to 15, and
That's great.
since then I've been
Yeah.
working in this space broadly. I've worked with multiple governments at multiple level. I started my career from a constituency level and then moved to district level and then worked with CM office. So yeah,
That's
that's the
yeah.
brief of my journey.
दिस इट वाज लाइक अमेजिंग जर्नी एंड आपसे काफी एस्पिरेंट्स को इंस्पिरेशन भी मिलने वाला है बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द एस्पिरेंट्स यू नो कि आफ्टर फेलोशिप क्या होगा एंड ऑल। सो गाइज आपके सामने एक एग्जांपल है, फेलोशिप करने के बाद भी बहुत अच्छा करियर आप बिल्ड कर सकते हैं डेफिनेटली। सो नवल, मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, wanted to understand अभी कि पंजाब गुड गवर्नेंस फेलोशिप क्या है एंड इसमें आईएसबी का क्या रोल रहता है।
Bilkul, bilkul, bilkul. So let me take 2-3 minutes to brief you about the fellowship. I'll try to be bilingual as I've been asked. So broadly speaking, जो गुड गवर्नेंस फेलोशिप का जो बेसिक है वो ये है कि जो हमारे यूथ पब्लिक पॉलिसी डोमेन में, ब्रॉडली पब्लिक पॉलिसी गवर्नेंस डेवलपमेंट डोमेन में सरकार के साथ काम करके एक एक्सपीरियंस लेना चाहते हैं before moving to maybe their masters, maybe moving to preparing for civil services, or maybe just want to get a flavor of this broad domain to be able to decide whether what they want to do specifically, right? तो इस फेलोशिप
हम्म।
के माध्यम से हम उनको एक स्पेसिफिक गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट या डिस्ट्रिक्ट के साथ अटैच करते हैं. सो यू वुड बी वर्किंग क्लोजली विद either head of a district, which is deputy commissioners, or you would be working with a administrative secretary or the head of the department, right? So that gives you a broad sense of what are the different work that are performed by a head of the for the ease of it, we'll call it head of the office, right? Head of the department. So that gives you a feel of what are your different roles if you are working from that office, right? तो आप जब
Yeah.
अंदर आके सरकार के साथ इस रोल में काम करते हैं तो आपको पता चलता है कि इस ऑफिस की क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, इस ऑफिस में लोगों की क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन है, इसमें विद इन दिस ऑफिस क्या क्या डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस हैं, कैसे एक रिपोर्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर होता है, राइट? विच हेल्प्स यू फर्दर लेटर in deciding where exactly you want to move, right? Similarly, agar
Okay.
that was from a applicant's viewpoint, right? If I talk about government
हम्म।
viewpoint, government is always in dire need of having talent from outside to help them, right? So what
हम्म।
as government is कि आप जो young फ्रेश ब्लड है उनका इन्फ्यूजन हम गवर्नमेंट के डिपार्टमेंट्स में डिस्ट्रिक्ट में करें, जिससे कि जो भी हमारे नए आइडियाज़ हैं, नई टेक्नोलॉजी है, जो यूथ का जो पैशन है सर्विस पब्लिक सर्विसेज के लिए, उसको हम यूटिलाइज करके कैसे एक्सपीरियंस जो कि सरकार के अंदर ऑलरेडी है, उसको हम कैसे पैशन और जो इनोवेशन और जो यूथ की एनर्जी है उसके साथ क्लब करके हम जो पब्लिक सर्विस जो हमारा अल्टीमेट मोटो है वो हम बेस्ट फॉर्म में कर सकें. तो दैट इज द आइडिया. Now coming to your question of ISB's involvement. So
Yes, yes.
ISB, as we know, is the premier business school, and we have tied up with we have an MOU with ISB two on various
Mm-hmm.
aspects. So, for example, the capacity building. So as soon as we have the fellows with us, right, we train them in partnership with ISB. So we have professors from ISB coming and taking sessions for us. We also have a certificate course from ISB, right? That
Mm-hmm.
teaches you, that takes you through uh, the various nitty-gritty of public policy and how to deliver public services, right? So ISB का बहुत क्लोज और बहुत टाइट क्लोज नेट इन्वॉल्वमेंट है इस पूरे फेलोशिप में, राइट फ्रॉम रिक्रूटमेंट टू कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग एंड टू वेरियस कोर्सेज एंड सर्टिफिकेशंस. जी.
Okay. थैंक यू सो मच नवल, एंड आई होप एस्पिरेंट्स को भी एक क्लियर कट आइडिया आ गया होगा कि व्हाट इज द फेलोशिप एंड व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ द आईएसबी. सो एस्पिरेंट्स, आप सभी लोग जो हमसे लाइव जुड़े हैं, आप अपना जो भी क्वेश्चन है लाइव के कमेंट बॉक्स में जरूर आप डालिए. हम वहां से क्वेश्चंस उठाते जाएंगे. मान लीजिए अभी एप्लीकेशन का क्वेश्चन आता है, तो आपका भी कुछ एप्लीकेशन से रिलेटेड कुछ क्वेश्चन है, आप डालिए, हम लेंगे, और जो क्वेश्चन छूटते हैं हम लास्ट में ले लेंगे, बट आप अपने क्वेश्चन जरूर डालिएगा. ओके, थैंक यू नवल. सो मूविंग अहेड विद द एप्लीकेशन पार्ट नवल नाउ. सो एप्लीकेशन टू सिलेक्शन तक हम अगर बात करें, तो फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन राउंड है जिसमें सीवी एंड दो डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चंस भी है. सो कैन यू गाइड विद दीज थिंग्स कि while answering the descriptive question, क्या क्या चीजें माइंड में एस्पिरेंट्स ने रखनी चाहिए, और व्हाट विल बी द डूज एंड डोंट्स.
Right, right, right. So before coming to the specific descriptive question, let me let me tell you what we are looking for, right? So we are not,
या.
we don't expect you to be an expert or specialist in a specific domain. What we expect from applicants, from the fellows, is that they come with a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and combine their energy with the administration to deliver it, right? तो हम अगर हमने एजुकेशन पे क्वेश्चन दिया है आपको, तो उसका जब हम इवैल्यूएशन करेंगे तो हम ये नहीं देख रहे हैं कि आप एजुकेशन के बारे में कितना अच्छे से आप बता पा रहे हैं, राइट? हम ये देखना चाहते हैं कि
या.
आपने जो भी पब्लिकली अवेलेबल मटेरियल था उसमें से आप कितनी अच्छी रिसर्च करके इस प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट को सॉल्व करने का कितना प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल तरीका आप हमें दे पा रहे हैं, राइट? इमेजिन you were working with administrative secretary education department, right? And then think of this problem, right? So you have obviously a lot of constraints, right? You have limited budget,
या.
you have limited resources, the resources have limited capabilities, and at the same time you have to deliver within a specific time period, right? So how do you deliver it? So keeping all those constraints in mind when you design a solution, uh, just mention whatever comes to your mind, right? So if there are any specific budget support that you would need to implement, mention it. If you are assuming something, mention it. That's what we do in case studies also, right? So
ओके.
my 2-bit advice would be that be genuine, be authentic, spend some time thinking about it before you actually start drafting your answer. Do a lot of research, if possible. Talk to your friends, your network, people from your network who can help you, and then give a practical solution. It need not be world class solution, but we should be able to see that you have put a lot of efforts into drafting and thinking into drafting it, and I think that can bring you in the fellowship.
ओके ओके गॉट योर पॉइंट सो एस्पिरेंट्स आप सभी ने सुना होगा जो नवल ने अभी बोला है आपको एंड ये बहुत ही ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है कि एक वो वाला माइंडसेट आपको बिल्ड करना है कि जो भी गूगल या फिर बाकी जगह पे मटेरियल अवेलेबल है रिगार्डिंग दैट केस स्टडी रिगार्डिंग दैट क्वेश्चन यू हैव टू रिसर्च इट यू हैव टू स्टडी इट एंड आपके माइंडसेट के अनुसार आप उस क्वेश्चन को लिख सकते हैं सो दे जस्ट वांट कि आप अलग अलग यूनिक वे कैसे लेके आ सकते हैं किसी भी टॉपिक को लेकर या ओके सो नवल नाउ वांटेड टू नो अबाउट द टू इंटरव्यूज इसके बाद दो इंटरव्यूज होंगे सो व्हाट इज द यू नो थॉट बिहाइंड द टू इंटरव्यूज क्यों जरूरी है दो इंटरव्यू एंड एस्पिरेंट्स ने इसको कैसे प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए एंड व्हाट विल बी द अगेन डू एंड डोंट्स
Sure. So first, let me tell you from the applicant's point of view. Applicant point of view से
या
आपको इस बारे में नहीं सोचना है कि मेरे 2 इंटरव्यू हो रहे हैं या मेरे 3 इंटरव्यू हो रहे हैं या मैं कैसे करूँ, इतने क्यों हो रहे हैं, इतने राउंड्स क्यों हो रहे हैं। चाहे आपका my again advice would be that be authentic, be genuine, be thorough with what you have done in the past. So it helps if you are quick in answering questions. But broadly, we are wanting to assess your passion, your commitment to the sector, your commitment to to your own objective, right? If your objective is to, let's say, understand what a public policy looks like, right? And that would require your real involvement, right? That would need your real involvement in the work. So that's what we expect you, right? So revise what all you have done in the past, in your previous work experience, आपका exactly क्या रोल था वहां पे, उससे आपको क्या सीखने को मिला, उस लर्निंग को आपने आगे इम्प्लीमेंट किया नहीं किया, इस तरीके से,
या
राइट? अच्छा, now
ओके
coming to your question of why 2 rounds. So we always have it's a very very competitive process, right? So we get more than 2000 3000 applications in many of the cases. So it is always difficult to filter out the right set of applicants in one go. So we
या
assess one through the resume and the descriptive answer, and then out of selected pool we try to filter another for another round over a telephonic interview, right? क्योंकि the final interview is taken by very senior bureaucrats, so it is difficult to,
ऑब्वियसली या
yeah, it is difficult to get a lot of time from them, you know. So we try to keep the number for the final stage minimum to optimize the availability of the offices. That is why these multiple rounds.
ओके सो नवल एक्चुअली कुछ एस्पिरेंट्स के अभी तक के टॉपिक को लेकर क्वेश्चंस है लेट्स टेक इट फर्स्ट देन वी विल मूव फॉरवर्ड विद द अदर पॉइंट्स
Yeah.
सो कुछ एस्पिरेंट्स पूछ रहे हैं कि इसमें क्या-क्या क्वालिटीज एक कैंडिडेट में आप लोग देख रहे हैं क्या क्वालिटीज उसके अंदर या क्या स्किल सेट उसके अंदर होना चाहिए
बिल्कुल। तो 2-3 चीज़ें हैं। अगेन जो क्वालिटी जो स्किल सेट हमें चाहिए वो हम इस तरीके से देखते हैं कि जब आप एक्चुअल में काम कर रहे होंगे वेदर इन अ डिस्ट्रिक्ट और इन अ डिपार्टमेंट, तो आपके लिए क्या यूज़फुल होगी, नहीं होगी। तो हम उस चीज़ को ध्यान में रखते हुए आपकी क्वालिटीज़ आपका असेसमेंट करते हैं। So, for example, if you are working in a district, you would be, let's say, required to at least have some basic level of data crunching, right? कि आपको basic Microsoft Office आता हो, basic documentation आता हो, Excel handling आती हो, right? फिर मान लीजिए आपके पास बेसिक कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स हो, स्ट्रक्चरिंग, क्योंकि जब आप सरकार में काम कर रहे होते हैं तो आपके पास बहुत सारा अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड डेटा, अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड कम्युनिकेशन आ रहा होता है। तो अगर आपको उसको प्रोग्राम मैनेज करना है उन चीज़ों को, तो आप कैसे कम्युनिकेशन सेट करेंगे? कैसे आप क्या रोल वहाँ पे प्ले करेंगे, राइट? तो इन सब चीज़ों को आपको एक बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए कि भई वो मतलब you cannot come to a government without even having basic managerial skills, if I may call those, right? So that's one.
ओके
Second, this is a specific domain of working in a development or oblique private oblique the public policy oblique governance sector, राइट? तो
Mhm.
आपका जब तक इंटरेस्ट नहीं है करने का इस डोमेन में काम, आप आपकी
Yeah.
खुद के लिए बहुत यूज़फुल नहीं होगा। सो वी ट्राई टू also look for that neck in your interest for working for the people, right? You have to have that passion, क्योंकि उसके बिना आप नहीं काम कर पाएंगे यहाँ पे। there will be instances where you may have to work for 18 hours in out of 24 hours, right? And you will have a lot of sleepless nights also, because of some administrative function being there, because of some uh, 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 I don't know, some disaster management task that is required, and you of course cannot afford to even think of uh, going out of your office, right? There have been a lot of instances where we have worked for so many days without any break, right? So we also look for that neck in you for the working in the this domain, right? तो broadly यही दो तीन चीजें हैं। We don't look for any
Mhm.
specific domain कि you have to be economics graduate, or you have to have studied some certificate, some graduation, some course
Yeah.
in policy, right? We are not biased for that, but passion is what we want, right? So you may showcase the passion from your past experience, or from the research that you have done that you can showcase in your answers in resume, right? So broadly,
Okay.
this is what we want in your profiles.
Okay, Naval. So there are few questions regarding the why freshers are not allowed, even they have some internship experience and all. So can you please address this question?
No, it's a very common question and problem statement. So the question whether one should go for a managerial course, for example MBA, with experience or without experience, it is generally a chicken and egg problem, right? कि जब तक आपने काम
Yeah.
नहीं किया होगा तब तक आप एमबीए को अप्रिशिएट नहीं कर पाओगे। तो थिंक ऑफ इट एज एन एमबीए, राइट? ऑन द जॉब लर्निंग। तो जब तक आपने काम नहीं किया होगा आप एक्सपीरियंस को अप्रिशिएट नहीं कर पाओगे, लेकिन जब तक आपको जॉब नहीं मिलेगी आप काम का एक्सपीरियंस कैसे लाओगे, राइट? बट ब्रॉडली
Yes.
has been decided by the government that we want people who have at least had 1 year of experience, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you are not starting here, so that you have at least seen how a work life looks like before coming here. So that has been decided as per the decision by the government.
So Naval, it is 18 months experience, right? Not for 1 year.
Correct,
Just
correct.
let's clear
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is 18 months
So
of experience.
ओके सो एस्पिरेंट्स एलिजिबिलिटी पार्ट और अप्लाई करने के लिए जो फॉर्म है उसके बारे में एक अलग से वीडियो कुछ दिन पहले ही स्टेप एड इंडिया के यूट्यूब चैनल पे आया है। आप उसको अच्छे से देखिए क्योंकि इस डिस्कशन में अगर हम मतलब एलिजिबिलिटी और सारी चीजें डिस्कस करते रहेंगे तो जो इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस है वो छूट जाएँगे। तो आई विल रिक्वेस्ट यू कि वो वीडियो आप जाके देखिए जिसमें सब डिटेल्स है एप्लीकेशन से रिलेटेड। ओके नवल, थैंक यू। सो वी आर मूविंग अहेड। सो नवल, अभी हमने बात की एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस की और सिलेक्शन राउंड्स की। व्हाट आफ्टर लाइक सिलेक्शन जब होता है फाइनली, नाउ वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट व्हाट विल बी द टाइम लिमिट फॉर दिस। आई मीन कब तक न्यू बैच स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, कब फेलोज ऑनबोर्ड होंगे एंड what will be the immediate process after selection?
Right, right, right. So broadly, we would be as soon as we close the applications,
Yeah.
we are hoping to release the new offers around 15th June or so. So the
Okay.
new batch we are hoping to have with us around 15th July.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Right.
And what will be the next process after the selection? I mean, induction program or training program or location and all those things.
So we do a rigorous training program here, where we teach the basics
Mm-hmm.
of the administration. We give you brief of the roles that you are expected to be in. That is followed by
Yeah.
Punjab Darshan also. So we take you to various parts of Punjab to teach you to show you the real Punjab, right? So induction,
Okay. Okay.
evening, and Punjab Darshan. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's really interesting. Even Punjab Darshan, is it like a tour or trip or
Yeah,
a study tour?
yeah, yeah. So think of it as a uh, what should I say, study come work tour, where we also give you some work to test your skills, but also kind of taking you to the real Punjab, showing you what is happening on ground. Various
Okay.
specific
So guys,
innovative work that has
yeah.
happened on the ground, right? So that gives you a feel of how it is done.
So aspirants, ये कुछ interesting सा लगा मुझे. You should try and apply for this fellowship as well. So Naval, the main question every aspirant wants to know that what is the exact role of Punjab Good Governance Fellow? What will be the working nature? कौन कौन से stakeholder के साथ ये लोग काम करेंगे and इनका day flow कैसा रहेगा and एक week कैसा दिखेगा इनका?
Right. No, this is a common question I get, but
Yeah.
it is difficult to give it a fixed frame. But I can give you some
Mhm.
idea on different aspects, right? So because you would closely, the program is decentralized in a way that you most of your time goes into working with your reporting officer, right? So it also depends on the style of the working of your reporting officer. So in one district, the
Hmm.
fellow might be working more on say 20 different schemes, monitoring them closely, and identifying various parameters that need to be improved. But on the other hand, one fellow might be just monitoring five ground, but on ground implementation, going to, let's say, various schools, hospitals, doing on ground surveys, talking to beneficiaries. So it's because it is
Mhm.
decentralized, it is difficult to give it a fixed frame. But
Okay.
what I can tell you is that if you are here for learning the public policy, oblique governance, oblique development sector,
Mhm.
how it functions, you are in for a great time.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Yogesh. So now wanted to understand this duration for this fellowship was 2 years, right?
Right. So
For this time as
we offer the fellowship for 1 year, and based on your performance, we extend it for another year.
okay, okay, fine. All right. So throughout the 1 year, first 1 year, if we wanted to know, what will be the learning process for the Punjab Good Governance Fellow? How was like, you know, what you guys are offering, some workshops or some like
So
capacity building courses, as you said, ISB is providing. Yeah.
sure. So we do multiple types of workshops, trainings. So that includes one departmental content workshops, right? So let's say if you are working on
Mm-hmm.
tehsil office reform, you would be provided the base with basic training of what is a revenue department, how it functions, what are the roles of various officers at various level, what are the how a revenue record is kept, right? What are the different parameters in the revenue record, etc. And that's on content front.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Similarly, you may be given training on education, schools functioning, health, mohalla clinics, all of that, right? On the other hand, there are
Okay.
some cross-functional skills, right? So you would need your Microsoft Office, Excel, Word skills, irrespective
Mm-hmm.
of what you are working on, right? So we also conduct training on those fronts. In addition to this, we also keep a lot of sessions, talks with professors, researchers who are working in this domain, right? Some of these are online, some of these are offline as well. And time to time, we keep our forums where all the 52 the fellows come together to you know
Yeah.
learn from each other, peer learning.
For the cross learning. Yeah. Right. Right. So, Naval, we have one question from one aspirant. अनुराग सिंह का क्वेश्चन है If an extension of a fellowship is provided to the fellow, will be a appreciation in his stipend amount?
Right. So we give a 5% increment in the stipend every year.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So another important question: what after the Punjab Good Governance Fellowship? In two cases, जिनका एक साल के बाद कंप्लीट हो जाता है उनके लिए भी, और जिनका 2 साल के बाद कंप्लीट हो जाता है उनके लिए भी, what you guys are providing like placement cell, any support or guidance for the next career?
Right. No, so one, you have to understand when you join the fellowship that it's not a permanent placement in government, right? So
Sure.
you would always be, uh,
Hmm.
there will be a day when you have to leave the government, right? So the idea here is not to employ you for lifetime, but but we want to train you with the basics of the functioning in the government, right? And of
Hmm.
course, once you are part of this, you are well trained in the domain, so that equips we the you have a lot of demand from market for various kind of work, right? So we have people who have gone on
Definitely, yeah.
who went on to work with the multilateral agencies such as World Bank and United Nations, etc. We have had people joining
Hmm.
consulting firms who work with the government, right? And then we also have had people who have went on to become civil servants. We have had people who went
Hmm.
to become entrepreneurs. So the world is yours. The idea is to train you, to give you skills, to give you
Yeah,
all the required environment so that you learn and you glow, right? That's the idea. uh,
definitely, Nawal.
the
Yeah.
enhancement, the increment in your salary is 6%, not 5%. I stand corrected.
ओके,
Yeah.
ओके, ओके, थैंक यू। सो एस्पिरेंट्स, जैसे कि अनुराग ने क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि 1 साल के बाद अगर 1 साल के लिए फेलोशिप का ड्यूरेशन बढ़ जाता है, तो क्या उसमें सैलरी में मतलब स्टाइपेंड में क्या इंक्रीमेंट होगा? तो यस, 6% होगा। एंड श्वेता का एक क्वेश्चन है, नवल, कैन वी क्विट द आफ्टर फॉर 1 ईयर?
Sure,
मतलब कोई भी फेलो 1 साल, या
it's a two-way decision. So you continue
ओके,
only if you wish to, and we retain you only if you perform right.
ओके, राइट, श्योरली। सो एस्पिरेंट्स, मैं आप सभी को कहना चाहूंगी कि अगर आपका माइंडसेट है कि मुझे 1-2 साल के लिए कुछ नया सीखना है, अपने स्किल्स में एनहांसमेंट लाना है और गवर्नमेंट के साथ आपको काम करना है, तो ये बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है। यहाँ पे आप आकर सीख सकते हो। देन आफ्टर दैट आप कोई भी अपना करियर चूज कर सकते हो, स्टडीज के लिए जा सकते हो आप, देन जॉब के लिए अलग-अलग, क्योंकि इसके बाद जो आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी, डेफिनेटली बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी आपको मिलेगी। सो श्वेता ने एक और क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि क्या 1 साल के बाद सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा कंप्लीशन का?
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. So the fellowship is for 1 year, and we give you due certificate and recognition once you complete your first
ओके,
tenure. Absolutely.
ओके, ओके, थैंक यू। सो लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड विद सम बेसिक क्वेश्चंस नाउ, नवल। बहुत सारे एस्पिरेंट्स के थोड़े-थोड़े क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, लाइक लोकेशन क्या रहेगा, परमानेंटली पंजाब में ही रहना है या फिर पंजाब में भी अलग-अलग जगह पे है? देन ड्यूरेशन की तो हमने बात की ही है। इसके साथ ही स्टाइपेंड एंड अकोमोडेशन या लीव पॉलिसीज, बेसिक डिटेल्स।
Right. नहीं, बिल्कुल। तो as far as location goes, you may be posted in either in one of the districts in Punjab, working with deputy
ओके,
commissioner, or you may be posted in the headquarter of one of the departments, so which will most probably be either in Chandigarh or Mohali.
ओके।
Right. So, uh,
Now about this, what the stipend is, are you guys providing, and what about the accommodation? If you guys are providing, or they have to self manage, and leave policy also.
so leave policy, we give 10 days of leave throughout the year. But in addition, we are
Okay.
flexible, and basis your understanding with your officer, you may be working from home as per the requirement
Mm-hmm.
and availability, right? That's one. Second,
Okay.
we do provide accommodation to the people who are working from districts, right? Although there
Mm-hmm.
are a few new districts where we do not have enough accommodation, but we try to arrange accommodation for everyone working in the districts.
Okay. Okay. And stipend?
Stipend, as it is mentioned, we give 8 lakh rupees per annum.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच। सो नवल, क्या ये पॉसिबल है कि ड्यूरिंग द फेलोशिप कोई एस्पिरेंट अगर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम का प्रिपरेशन करना चाहता है या कोई और कोर्स करना चाहता है, सो क्या ये अलाउ करता है प्रोग्राम, और कैसे रहेगा?
So ideally, we do not advise people to undertake any other engagement, including preparing, because that really diverts your attention, and in those cases, you are
या
not able to give full to your work, right? So it is neither beneficial for the candidate nor for the government, right? So we strongly advise against it. But in case you're taking, let's say, a weekend course which requires your 3-4 hours of engagement, that's not an issue.
ओके। ओके, सो नवल, एक क्वेश्चन है रोहित का। वो पूछ रहे हैं, व्हाट आर द बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट्स यू चेक अबाउट द कैंडिडेट्स थ्रू द एसे टास्क, एंड हाउ कैन वी अलाइन आवरसेल्फ विद द रिक्वायरमेंट्स?
Right. So the as already mentioned, the idea is not to test your skills or experience or knowledge in a specific domain, but the idea is to test the authenticity in your application, right? How strongly do you want to work in this domain, right? And how committed are you?
यस, यस,
So
यस।
that is reflected from the kind of research, kind of efforts you have put into writing your essay.
Okay. So another one question from the Shweta. She's asking, will the fellow get transport support within the district?
Right. So if you are in a district and if you are required to go to various places for official work, you would be provided with the support of transportation basis the availability in the district.
Okay, okay, all right. So, Naval, now I wanted to understand, what do you think about who will be the most suitable candidates for this Punjab Good Governance Fellowship program?
So I would say we there is no fixed formula, and there is no fixed frame in which if you fit, you would be a perfect candidate, right? The idea is to have a good mix of candidate coming from different backgrounds, different experience, different
Yeah.
energy, right? So my again on the cost of repeating myself, I would say that be authentic, be genuine in your application.
Mhm.
Try to think, why do you really want to be part of the fellowship? Is it just another switch of job for you, or are you really passionate about the fellowship, and do you think that this is going to add a lot of value to your career, to your life, right? Then only you should apply.
You should apply.
And
Yeah.
try to talk to people who have been part of the program, so that you get a good idea on the life,
Hmm.
right? How difficult, how easy it is, what is the different kind of experience you get here, right? And if you feel that you are a good fit, we would be happy to have you on in the program.
सो नवल, मुस्कान मुश्किल आई गेस पूछ रहे हैं कि डोमिसाइल नेसेसरी है, आई मीन पैन इंडिया के एप्लीकेंट्स अप्लाई कर सकते हैं और सिर्फ पंजाब के ही?
No, 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 no. We are open to every person in the country.
ओके,
Yeah.
ओके। सो एस्पिरेंट्स, कुछ और अगर आपके सवाल होंगे तो प्लीज आप पूछिए, क्योंकि हम अभी लास्ट फेज में हैं। एंड अभी आपके जो भी सवाल है, अगर कुछ भी बचे हैं, किसी के मन में कोई सवाल है, आप अभी पूछ सकते हैं। नवल कैन एड्रेस द योर क्वेश्चन। एंड अगर ये वीडियो आप ऑफलाइन देख रहे हैं तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में डाल दीजिए, हमारी टीम आपको जरूर रिवर्ट करेगी। सो नवल, नाउ वांटेड टू नो, अपकमिंग बैच को, जो अपकमिंग न्यू कोहर्ट है, उनके लिए आपका क्या मैसेज रहेगा? एंड व्हाट विल बी द मैसेज फॉर स्टेप अहेड इंडिया?
Sure. No, to Step Ahead India, I would really want to congratulate you for having such a forum where
थैंक
you
यू।
are you are collating, you are bringing together so much of the information that is useful for people who are aspirants in this domain, right, or looking for different kind of opportunities. So kudos to the Step Ahead India, and to applicants.
थैंक यू सो
I
मच।
would say that the this fellowship again is just a one opportunity, but kind words. If you are passionately looking for the opportunity, there are so many opportunities out there. Keep trying,
यस।
and I'm sure in a few years you would be at the place where you want to be, right? So I'll give my example. 10 years back, I had no clarity of where I'm moving, right? But I was clear that I'm passionate about this domain, and this is where I am, right? There was no defined trajectory. I was not clear. People used to ask me कि आप इसके बाद करेंगे क्या, and I had frankly no answer, right? So without worrying too much about where you are heading to, just enjoy the process of application, process if you are selected, the process of fellowship, right? And things will fall in place. Don't worry too much about what is going to happen to you after 5 years, after 10 years, after 20 years. World is changing so fast. Opportunity new and newer opportunities are coming every day. So I'm sure you would find your niche where you fit best. But keep trying, try harder, and keep learning.
ये बहुत ही वैल्यूएबल मैसेज था। तो एस्पिरेंट्स, बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट मैसेज नवल ने आपको दिया है। मेनली हर एक फेलो को पूछा ही जाता है कि फेलोशिप के बाद क्या करोगे? सो ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा बेस्ट आपको आंसर मिला है आज स्टेप अहेड के प्लेटफ़ॉर्म पे। तो कुछ एस्पिरेंट्स के और सवाल आए हैं नवल। हाउ मेनी फेलोज़ विल बी हायर फॉर दिस बैच? आदर्श पूछ रहे हैं।
Right. No, so that depends on the number of vacancies we have while we are about to complete the process. So we'll also keep a waiting list. So it's difficult to give a fixed number as of now.
ओके। सो श्वेता पूछ रही है, हु विल बी द मेंटर ऑफ द फेलो इन द डिस्ट्रिक्ट?
So obviously, when you are in a district, you are closely working with deputy commissioner. So she or he in the district works as a mentor for you. But in addition to that, we also give you one peer mentor, peer buddy, who has been through this process to make your life easier, right? So the buddy mentor will share his or her experiences, and will help you in identifying how to overcome the challenges you are facing.
Okay. So, one last question. Divakar is asking, could you provide insights into the life of a professional serving as a fellow at the district level? And और एक सवाल है उन्हीं का कि also there are any NGO or social impact organization overseeing or monitoring to this work?
Right. No, so insight wise, I would say when different fellows have different varied experience in the district or
Yeah.
in the department as well, right? So a fellow who is working in rural development department may have very different experience from a fellow who is working in the
Mm-hmm.
department, right? Similarly, a fellow who is working in Amritsar district may be experiencing things very differently from a fellow who is working in Bathinda district, right? So don't come to fellowship with the expectation of only getting deployed at a specific district. So you should be open to get deployed anywhere. But broadly, I would say the common factor would be that you would certainly get to learn the basics of the administration and this sector, right? That is guaranteed.
So, thank you so much, Naval, for all these valuable answers and your suggestion for our aspirants. So, guys, आपको बहुत सारी क्लैरिटी आ गई होगी आज के सेशन से। इसके साथ ही अप्लाई कैसे करना है, एलिजिबिलिटी और ये सब चीज़ों के लिए हमने अलग से एक वीडियो डाला है, आप वो भी देख सकते हैं। सो आज के सेशन में जो भी आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली है, कीप इन योर माइंड एंड आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं उसके लिए। ऐसे क्वेश्चंस है और जो भी आपकी इंटरव्यूज है उसको अच्छे से आप फेस करिएगा एंड इसके साथ ही लर्निंग अप्रोच से आगे बढ़िएगा। सो एक क्वेश्चन लास्ट, पंजाबी आना कंपलसरी है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं। The idea is
ओके,
to learn Punjabi on the go, right, while you are working, but
ओके।
it's not a mandatory, right?
सो आप थोड़ा लर्निंग माइंडसेट से आना, कि आप यहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीजें सीखने को मिलेगी गाइस। बहुत ही ज्यादा एक एक्साइटिंग जर्नी होने वाली है आपकी। सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कनेक्टिंग विद अस। थैंक यू सो मच नवल। और आप लोग स्टेप अहेड इंडिया को कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं। अगर आप चैनल पे नए हैं तो मैं आपको बता दूं कि स्टेप अहेड इंडिया पे अलग अलग सोशल सेक्टर की अपॉर्चुनिटीज, यंग प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटीज जो कि गवर्नमेंट से निकली जाती है, फेलोशिप अपॉर्चुनिटीज, इंटर्नशिप अपॉर्चुनिटीज, एनजीओ जॉब के बारे में आपको यहाँ पे इंफॉर्मेशन दी जाती है और उसके साथ ही फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मेंटरशिप भी प्रोवाइड की जाती है। वी हैव अ टीम ऑफ मेंटर्स हु कैन रिव्यू योर ऐसे क्वेश्चंस, guide for the interviews and group discussion and all the rounds. So thank you so much for connecting everyone. Thank you, Naval.
Thank you so much, Saraswati, and everyone. All the best.
Yeah.